Hey everybody, this week's Torah portion is a double portion. It is Matos and Massei. And in this week's Torah reading, the Torah does something that it doesn't do anywhere else. And that is, it tells us the day that a great person died. Normally, let's say by Moses or Abraham or Noah or any of the other great leaders that we had, we don't have a date on the to know exactly when they died in the Torah. But in this week's Torah portion, when it recounts that Aaron died, it gives us the exact date when he died. It says it was the first day of the 5th month. Now, we have to analyze, why is it that out of all the great figures in the Torah, the one that the Torah focuses on in terms of when it's yahrzeit, when the date of that person is Aaron? What made him different than everybody else, and that the Torah wanted to tell us when he died? And to understand that, we have to look at what exactly that date was. Like we said, it was the first day of the 5th month. Now, what's the 5th month? So if we start from Nisan, which is the first month in the Jewish calendar, we come to the 5th month being Av, and the first of the month being Rosh Chodesh Av, which is tonight/tomorrow, Thursday night and Friday morning, and Friday day. That is the start of the 9 days, and it is also the day that Aaron died. Now, why is that significant? Because, excuse me, the 9 days are a time period when we're really supposed to be focused on what made us lose the temple, which was baseless hatred. And the one character trait that we know of with Aaron was that he was he loved human beings, he loved all mankind, and that's really how the Torah describes him. It says he was oivas habrios, he loved every single creation of God, and he would walk around trying to make peace between couples and friends, and everyone who was fighting, he would try to make peace between them. And that was what he really spent most of his life doing. And while we also know him as the high priest, what the Jewish people at the time knew him as was the person who pursued peace. Not the priest, but the peace. And that is why it is so important for the Torah to tell us the day he died. It wasn't coincidence that the start of the 9 days is the yahrzeit, the death of Aaron. It's to clue us in on what we're supposed to be focusing on and who we're supposed to be recalling when we walk into these days. Often, when you have a yahrzeit, when you have a memorial, that day is the day when you remember the deceased, and that's what God wanted. He wanted to make sure that we remember Aaron on this day as we're about to walk into the 9 days, the period of mourning for the temple, so that we will be able to do what Aaron did and, God willing, rebuild the temple. On behalf of Makarav, Shabbat Shalom.